Right, hi, I'm Paul from PDHSports, leading online racket specialist, and today very lucky to have two players that happen to drop into Duffield Squash Club, my local squash club. I think you're having your cars looked after by Ben's Bavarian, so a little plug for Felix there this morning. So we've got Lewis Walters and Declan James, so both fresh off the Commonwealth Games. How was your experience over there?
Yeah, it was great actually. Sort of really good event. It was a great experience to be there, and played really well as well. I made last 16 of the men's singles and last 16 of the men's doubles. So yeah, it's good.
So so the doubles obviously is a much wider court. How does that feel? What's it? I've not personally played on.
It takes a while to get used to, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's probably sort of a third bigger than a singles court, and obviously the tin's down at 13 inches now, whereas it's 17 on the tour, so that makes a big difference. But yeah, I mean the way that it was with the dimensions and stuff, it was pretty good fun.
Yeah. So Declan, you got a bronze medal. Where are you keeping your medal?
It's in the top of my wardrobe at home at the moment, but obviously just got back this week, so been catching up with friends and family and stuff, so I've managed to show it to a couple of people. But yeah, it's going to be kept fairly safe and sound. It's something I'm going to cherish for a long time.
Excellent. Right, so we're going to have a little look inside your bag. So firstly, Lewis, you're sponsored by Salming.
Correct. Yeah.
And so you've got like a sort of hold-all today. Would that be your normal tournament bag, or is this more just because you're at the club?
To be honest, I usually use a hold-all now when I go to tournaments, just because I have like a big wheelie bag, and then sort of the hold-all just for kind of going to the courts every day is kind of a little bit easier than carrying around maybe sort of a bigger bag. Yeah, it's a bigger bag deck.
So racket-wise, we have a look at what racket?
Yeah, so today I usually play with the Aero Forza, which is, I think it's the 2016 model. It's a couple of years old now. But I've just been sent the new model that's going to be coming out in June 2018. So I'm basically just trying that out today, which is the Forza Pro.
Forza Pro.
Yeah.
And also, which we've got this one, haven't we? So this is going to be the new model coming out June time
of the blue one.
The blue one as well.
Which is slightly heavier.
So you're going to try this one out. Good opportunity today to test out and see whether you might swap to the lighter one or. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I've always sort of favoured kind of lighter rackets, and which is why they sent me the black one. But I don't know. It's one of those things that this is really light. Sort of 121, I think, is the weight of it, which is probably the lightest racket that I've used. So just going to be trying them both out.
So strings. What strings do you use?
Strings normally are Technofiber 305 is my favoured string. But again, sort of I've been going between that and then the new double AR string, which is the black one. I think it's the what is it called? The black one. I think it's the Response.
Right.
So sort of mixing between those two strings at the moment.
And tension, because everyone always asks what tension plays.
I actually have mine strung pretty loose. I have mine strung at about 24, 25 pounds.
Right.
Which I guess is pretty loose.
So in your bag, is there any sort of essentials? I mean, like when we do these in your bag series, people always want to see, like there's things that we can offer to the average club player.
It's a bit of a surprise what's in my bag. In terms of what's in my bag, mainly just squash things. So we've got a roller, which is actually a vibrating roller.
Wow.
They're new.
So that's the most advanced roller we've seen in
so they're just coming out now actually. They're sort of really popular in America and they're kind of all the rage. A couple of the guys have got them now, so they actually vibrate, which...
So no problems getting that on the aeroplane through?
No, it's alright actually. So far so good. But yeah, since I've started using the vibrating roller, it kind of makes a big difference. You go back to sort of the normal one and it kind of doesn't quite feel That's good.
No.
So it seems that a lot of the pros now, that's a real essential. Is that something that you also?
Yeah, I take a roller. Mine's not as advanced as that. I'm not as rich as Lou, so I can't afford a vibrating one. But yeah, I've just got a standard one, which I always have in the suitcase at tournaments. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah, so there's that. Another, I'm trying to think. Everything else is pretty standard. Shorts, t-shirt. I always take my laptop everywhere with me, which I guess is essential for sort of tournaments, booking flights, all of that sort of watching Netflix when you're kind of chilling in a hotel room.
So we had we did one with Millie Thompson, and she for her flights and that she was on about she uses like first defence before and after. I don't know if to try and stop catching colds and things like that on the plane.
Yeah, so I've been the same. Had a couple of little bits of illness like in the last couple of months as well, so I've been on that. Unsure if it definitely makes a difference, but that's all just goes in the hand luggage.
Yeah,
you
excellent.
want to try and sort of take, and then other than that, I think everything else is pretty similar. Contact lenses, because I wear contact lenses, and I always carry a spare of those with me in case one of them drops out for some reason while I'm playing.
So you've got some insoles in there. Are they like a special insole or
These
just
are very old insoles, but so I've got orthotics, which I have basically in all of my shoes. So I've got 3 or 4 pairs of those, which I carry around everywhere. I try and take at least a couple of pairs because, knowing me, I like to lose them and leave them places.
And shoes-wise, you're using the R1s.
I'm using the R1s. These are the older R1s at the moment, just because I'm training. But I've got a pair of the latest R1s. I use the standard R1s, not there's the mid and then the normal one.
So have you seen any of the new range? Because there's
the newest shoe that I've seen is
there's one called the Hawk, wasn't it?
I haven't seen the Hawk yet. No.
So it looks quite exciting.
Yeah.
Some good colours.
Yeah,
it's actually very different to the previous models, the design and everything.
Right. Okay. Cool. I look forward to seeing that then. So I think that is about it for my bag. Nothing too exciting this morning, unfortunately.
Excellent. So. Declan, so racket-wise, you're sponsored by Dunlop?
Racket-wise, I'm Dunlop. I use an Evolution 130. I think it's a pretty good-looking racket. I do quite like all black. This is serving me very well. So when I'm training, I'll probably keep 4 or so in my bag. I don't go through strings too rapidly, maybe once every 2 weeks or so. And then when I go to tournaments, I might take one more. I might have 5 with me, freshly strung. Try and string them a couple of days before an event. If I break 1 or 2, by accident, of course, I've got plenty spare.
So you just say you don't break them very rapidly, but for the average club player, once every 2 weeks, they would be. They would probably be. But I mean that's like we often struggle to explain if you're using a string properly, they don't last forever. Like some club players are expecting them to still be good, like 2-3 years down the line. But
no, not quite. I mean, I think you go through them even more.
I was depending on the string that I'm using. I was going through them every sort of 4 or 5 days. So that's sort of a big thing when I'm looking at string, trying to get something that actually lasts long enough and feels good as well. So
I think it makes a big difference what string you're using as well, because obviously you've got your thinner and thicker gauges, and the thinner stuff, which obviously feels pretty amazing on the board, tends to go after a few sessions, doesn't it? So you kind of got to gauge the balance between, I want a string that feels good, but I also want to make it through a tournament rather than to go through 4 rackets, because you get that sort of thing of enjoying one racket and using it for the whole tournament or whatever. So it's a bit of a balance, isn't it, really?
So what string would you use?
String wise, I've got something in here. I use Dunlop as well.
Right.
So I actually use a silk string. Dunlop haven't really pushed their string much yet, which is something that I think they're going to start to do now. I've been using a variant of this string for at least probably 5 years now, and I actually really like it.
Because I mean, a lot of the what's in your bags we've done, people are using Technifibre or Ashaway, so you're using Dunlop's own brand.
Yeah, as I say, and again, like it's not just from a biased point of view. I genuinely really like the strings, so I think what you'll see now is Dunlop start to put a little bit more effort into getting the string out to people now, because it is really good stuff, and I'm really particular about my string as well. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying you carry 4 or 5 rackets?
Yeah.
Is that how many you took to the Commonwealth?
So Commonwealth, I took 5. I went through a couple. With all the funny angles and stuff you get in doubles, there's a few sidewalls being clunked. So I actually went through a couple, which is just as well that I had 5 with me. So
yeah. And you've gone for the big sort of super combi.
So I've got the big racket bag, not completely full at the moment. Obviously, we're just down here doing a training session this morning. Obviously, when I go to tournaments, this is a lot fuller. So I take, I've got a big wheelie holder that this actually goes inside of, or I cram it inside of. So when I'm at tournaments, I basically have this with me, and then just a rucksack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shoes wise,
you've got
the
I's S-line. I keep a spare pair in my bag. I always try and travel with 2 shoes. Again, one in the hand luggage, which served me pretty well last week because my bags didn't come back from Australia in time, and then I had to go to Egypt the next day for another tournament. Obviously, without any kit, so it was pretty much saved my life that I had a pair of shoes in the hand luggage, which is what a lot of the players do, I think, in case that sort of thing happens. But I use an I S-line shoe. I've been with them for sort of a couple of months now, and really enjoying the shoe. Super durable, pretty comfortable, and as you can tell, you sort of probably want to have some sunglasses on when you're looking at them. But I don't mind something that's a bit standoutish, so they make these in about 4 colours at the moment. So great shoe.
Yeah, so this is a shoe that we had in probably before Christmas, sold out, and then we've struggled to get it in since. But it is something that we at PDHSports are desperately trying to get back in, so it should be coming back in at some point soon. It was a very popular shoe. So in terms of, you're saying good durability,
great durability, they feel really comfortable. For me, when I first got them, it took a few wears to get them in a couple of sessions, and then now I have, it's for sure one of the best shoes I've ever used. So, and again, it's massively personal preference, isn't it, with shoes? But they're working really well for me, and I like what they're doing at I as well. So
excellent. So is there anything in your bag then, again, I said the club players really like to sort of see if there's things they can pick out on and maybe put in their bag that they should. You've got the foam rollers, anything else?
Nothing massively out of the ordinary. My wash bag, really a big player in my bag. I like to carry sort of a lot of toiletries and creams and stuff, just to keep you feeling good when you're training, and especially on tour. I've got a side pocket, which is a bit of a miscellaneous pocket, really, a few different bits. I'm a big user of heel cups, so these go in, I actually put them under the insole in my shoe, just to give the heel a bit of extra protection when we're bounding into corners, so I always have sort of a spare pair of those. Aside from that, grips, headbands, wristbands. I like to carry some swimming goggles in my bag, just in case we're doing some sort of recovery sessions on tour as well. I like to keep those. I like to keep a lot of TheraBand in my bag as well, so I do quite a lot of shoulder work before I'm playing.
Is that because of an injury, or is that just to prevent?
It came from a bit of an injury when I was younger. I had a bit of a problem with my rotator cuff when I was younger, and it's literally just been a habit since then, really. And I feel like it's quite easy to neglect the shoulder. You sort of warm the body up and everything, but obviously the shoulder we're using every time we hit a ball, of course. So I can't go anywhere without my TheraBand in my bag. That's pretty much it for that pocket. We've got the rackets in the middle, I've got my shoes, my wash bag in that side. Other side, not too exciting at all, just all of my spare clothes, t-shirts. Always like to carry a bottle of cordial in my bag, because I like to drink that when I'm training.
So no special fitness drinks?
No, I don't overdo the fitness drinks. I have my protein powders and stuff for after I've trained, but during, just keep it reasonably basic. And then side pockets, we've just got keys, wallets, phone, which always stays in the bag during the session. And that is about it, really.
So have you seen, did you see the James Wilstrop cooking?
I did, yeah, I did see that, yeah.
I think he's vegan now, isn't he? Is he something? Was that?
Yeah, he's certainly a vegetarian. Yeah, I'm not sure if he is a vegan as well. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, excellent. So that's brilliant. So hopefully a little insight into two Commonwealth Games, fresh off the back of that, and Salming sponsored, Dunlop Eye. Thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm going to let you go back on and do some practicing.
Cool,
and
thank you.
thanks very much.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay.